This is the LowcoSports Lowdown podcast. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr.
Hey, LowcoSports fans, welcome to a Tuesday night edition of the LowcoSports Lowdown. Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr with you. We'll have Max Arraj jumping in a little bit later as he makes his way back to the studio. And also Connor Worrell will be jumping on to tell us about a big win for Bluffton boys soccer. They beat James Island in penalties. It was 1-1. It was scoreless at half, 1-1 after full time, still 1-1 after overtime. So they went to penalties. Bluffton wins in penalties 4-1. That's a huge win for them. So Connor will have some highlights for us and jump on in a little bit. And we're also going to talk shortly with Kylie Rast, the star pitcher from the Beaufort Eagles, who had another huge night tonight. 14 strikeouts against Battery Creek, complete game, two-hitter. Beaufort wins at 5-1. So we'll be chatting with her in just a bit. But what'd you get into tonight, Wes? You get out anywhere, or you lay low tonight? It was chilly out there. I was coaching the Electric Eagles, and it was cold.
Yeah, we may have been the first day of spring, but certainly didn't feel like it because it was chilly outside even during the day. I mean, it didn't get over 60 degrees, and then a cold one. It felt like January out there, but it certainly wasn't the best night for Hilton High. I was over at the Nest, and Seahawks falling to a really good Lucy Beckham team, 5-1. Ended up being 4-0 after the first half, and Ann Hampton McClester with the hat trick in the first half scored in the third minute to open the scoring, and added two more in the 27th and the 31st minute. Seahawks really unable to find their groove early. Lucy Beckham, just a really solid, complete team, and their speed just really outdueled Hilton Head, especially at the start of that game. Seahawks really couldn't string anything together, couldn't string their passes together, and had a couple of looks at set pieces as that half went on, just couldn't find anything. And once it gets to 4-0, I mean, it's Lucy Beckham is just able to shut you down, and that's what good teams do. So, yeah, unfortunate, but just shows how much this team still has left to grow. And I mean, that's a really, I mean, we saw Lucy Beckham did against May River, and now they play a clinical match on the road against Hilton Head. So this Bengals team is legit 2024.
Yeah, legit. They seem to be really, really good. Still looking for the Bluffton James Island girls score. That was the other key matchup in the region tonight. May River girls rolled 9-0 over Colleton. Boys escaped 2-1 over Colleton. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, lots of stuff to dive into a little bit later on, including JP2 girls 6-0 over Beaufort Academy, and didn't allow a shot on goal. It doesn't look like, according to Max Props, which is really impressive. But the woman of the hour, as it were, is Kylie Rast, Newberry College commit, Beaufort High star. I was just talking to her before we went live, and she's been playing over there since 7th grade. Like, it's a crazy number of high school softball games she's played. But let's get Kylie in here, a frequent guest. We've had her on a time or two. But Kylie, what's going on?
Hey.
Always good to talk with you. We always, Wes and I always talk about how much we like talking ball with you. And we've gotten to watch you grow up on the softball field. So I think that's part of it. And you and I were just talking about that, but you're the elder statesman now over there at Beaufort, the senior leader, and got a young squad, but you guys have been playing really good ball. And the pitching, starting with you, but also Adeline Johnson threw a no-hitter the other night. Has been tremendous. Tell us about tonight. What was it? 14 strikeouts they had tonight. I said it and then it already escaped my mind. 14 Ks tonight. You walked one, you hit one, you gave up 2 hits, 1 unearned run. Team came through strong. Tell us about the win tonight for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, pitching obviously pretty good, pretty solid, stayed there. But I mean, I knew my defense had my back too. So like when they did get hits, they got them out. And like I didn't do too well at the plate, but I knew my teammates could. So obviously you can't win without your teammates. So yeah, they picked me up. Sure.
Gotta be nice to have the trust of the bats in your lineup when it may not be the best night for you at the plate, and you're still dominating in the circle, but it's awesome for those players to have your back, and they shine. So shout out some of those ladies who feasted at the plate tonight.
I mean, I know Kaylin Adkins went like 2 for 4, I think. Adeline did really good too. Emily Robinson almost had her first home run.
A double.
Almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sailor Waldorf was 2 for 4 with a double. Adeline was 3 for 4 with a double, scored 3 and drove in 2. That's a really nice night. And Kaylin Adkins 2 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. So yeah. How about the defense behind you? Who are the ladies that are flashing the leather for you this year when you don't strike people out?
I mean, our outfields are catching balls. I don't think anything was hit out there though. But I mean, in previous games, they've been catching some balls. The corners are doing great. We didn't have like a first baseman at first, so we try like different people, and all of them are able to like step up and like they're getting it. So,
Kylie, you've been around this program for a while, and now you're finishing up your senior season. I mean, that's got to be surreal for you, for someone who's been around this Eagle program for a while. I mean, just your emotions going into and now being in the midst of your senior campaign with Buford.
yeah, I mean, I love being here since 7th grade. Like, obviously, that's more than what most people would get, and I mean, my dad's been the coach for all of it, so
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be a change going to college. But I mean, I know he's still going to come and watch. I know my mom's going to come and watch. I mean, yeah, I know I'm still back and watch all my teammates play next year since they're all still going to be here.
Yeah, right. It's an awfully young team, as you noted before we started rolling. But I was telling you how much I love to watch the kids that we've covered for years, then grow up and kind of become the leaders and the coach on the field and the mentors. And I love to hear you guys kind of reflect on that transition from, somebody who's looking up to the seniors and the juniors when you start out, and then all of a sudden you look up and you're a junior and you're a senior and you're the one they're looking at. So, how have you taken to that, and how much is that something you kind of embrace, being a mentor and a leader to the younger players?
Yeah, I do. I mean, ever since I was like younger, I always had to play up because there weren't like, I guess, teams that
Right.
had what I needed. So I had to like mature a little faster. And that really helped me, especially being a 7th grader, like on varsity with all these older girls. And even them, like I'm still like best friends with. Like, I don't know if you remember Essence Champ still comes back. Yeah, me and her are really close. I know I still talk to Carly Rouse. That was, I think, 3 years ago. Yeah. I mean, I've always looked up to them, and I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, I guess people do like look up to me, but I don't know. I'm just like their friends. I'm just there. I'm there to support them as well.
You don't get after them. You're not that kind of leader. You're Charles Barkley. I'm not a role model. I'm not a role model.
Stay positive. I stay positive. I mean, I help them out when they need help, or if I like see something that would help them. And they all have a positive attitude, so it's good.
Kylie, you mentioned your dad, and he's always been in your corner throughout this process and coaching you. Just describe the relationship that you've had with him, and how he's helped you throughout this process, and always been there for you when you needed the extra spark in a game or in a practice or during your career.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I was on here talking with you guys, I said stuff about like he would always be sitting out in the backyard catching me. And at first we started, he couldn't sit down on a bucket because I couldn't pitch to him. So he was always practicing with me and stuff. And I mean, we've definitely had our ups and downs in the dugout, but we always work it out. So I don't know. I love it. I love having him.
Yeah.
He's always
I'm part of that dynamic too. On the other side, I've coached my son coming up, and there's just times where you just kind of know that one another needs space, and you kind of let the assistant handle it, and you just kind of you get a little song and dance together. You kind of understand when you need to talk to each other and when you don't, and it usually works out. And occasionally you cross your lines, but It all comes out in the wash. You'll talk it over later, and it'll all be fine. But no, I've loved to watch you guys' relationship, and that's another thing that I love to observe is it's a delicate thing, but the people who can do it, who can coach their kids, and not let it become a problem. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think it's really it creates a special bond, and I'm sure you and your dad have a really great bond from just all the stuff you've been through together, all the shared experiences, and ups and downs and all that stuff.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where like I can just give him a look, and like he knows that if, especially with pitching and pitch calls and stuff, like if I just shake it off, like I know he'll know what I'm thinking next, and he calls that pitch, and yeah, it works out.
If you shook him, he was probably a little unsure about what to call anyway.
Well, Kylie, Kylie, you guys have been on quite a run. You swept Philip Simmons a pair of 15-0. You took down Bluffton. You blanked them 10-0. You've been a big part of that, but the pitching staff has seen some others step up on top of yourself, and just tell me about how you think you're looking early on. I mean, dominating the competition for the most part, and now you look ahead to the rest of this region and into the playoffs. I mean, you got hand still to go, but you guys looking really strong. I mean, just tell me about how you feel about this team as a whole as you delve deeper into its region play and the schedule in 2024.
I'm really excited for this season. Like even just every day at practice, I can see certain people just getting better and better. A bunch of like the younger girls are now starting to like consistently hit it to the fence. And like I said, Emily Robinson, she was really close tonight, and that would have been great if it went over. But yeah, I mean, they're all just getting better. I know. And that's only been how many games have we played? 4, whatever. I don't know how many games, but
you're
a few more than
5-1.
that. Yeah, 6.
5-1,
not that many,
but
though.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't.
But many of them have been 3 and 4
just
innings.
One run.
So.
You guys have allowed just one run in the 5 wins that you've got. Not taking out the one loss. The 5 wins. I mean, that's just incredible. This pitching staff. You are the central figure, but I mean, your teammates have been doing an excellent job, and the defense. You got to have good defense in order to put up those zeros. So just talk about the unit, starting with yourself, and then moving on to your supporting pitchers and that defense who continues to make plays behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I know my abilities, so I know like what I can pitch to people and what's like working, what's not. So that's when the communication comes in with my dad when he calls pitches and stuff. And I mean, Kaylin behind the plate, she's the same thing. Like, yeah. And then we switch out our first baseman. Sometimes it's Hadley, sometimes it's Elena, sometimes it's Emily, and they're all like kind of new at it. So, but they've stepped up every time like a ball is hit to them. Like they field it pretty cleanly and they get there. And obviously when we field it, I mean they catch it. So can't really ask for much more than that.
That's and right.
Fields it good. Sailor, she's new too at short. She's doing great. She didn't even play softball, and she's doing fantastic.
Yeah, and she's swinging it too. She gets a couple hits every game, it seems like. So that's good stuff. But I like that you guys are playing. Looking at your schedule, you play some pretty tough competition late in the season. Recognizing that your region doesn't have a ton of tough competition. There's a few walkovers in there. But you got TL Hanna, you got May River, you got James Island, you got Oceanside to close out the regular season. So that indicates to me that you and Pops are you're looking to make one more run in the playoffs, see what you can do out there. So just tell us kind of what's is state championship the goal? What are we talking about here?
I mean, that's always the goal, but we're got to take it game by game and feel it out. Yeah.
See how far you can go. Just play as many as you can, right? I mean, that's you were saying before we went live, like you were counting down the games. I only got 19 games left or whatever. Like, So it's at that point, it's just squeeze as much out of it as you can, and just try to keep fighting to play one more day, right? For love of the game and the opportunity to play for the name on the front one more time.
I mean, obviously, before we get to state champs, we got to be region champs, and then we got
Right.
oh,
All kinds of
long road, but
championships to win.
you take them one at a time, and I'm sure you have that mentality as you progress through those stages, and hope to see you at the end. I mean, that's the goal. We'd love to cover that run if we get it from you guys. And I posed this question to Selena Duncan, who's been killing it over on the soccer field, but describe this
Yeah.
Beaufort culture, being a part of this athletic program as a whole. Seeing what football has done, what basketball has done, what baseball has done, what some of these girls programs have done, like girls soccer, and then you guys excelling on the softball fields. Just tell me about how cool it's been to see that winning culture extended throughout these different sports, and to see the energy and passion of these fans that support each other throughout the school year.
Oh, I love it. Like all the teachers in the school are like very supportive. I have Coach Libran, who is the football coach, and I have Coach Huff, who's the basketball coach, both as teachers now. And they always ask about games and stuff. Like they're invested in like how well we're doing and stuff. And they came out to the game tonight. Yeah. I mean, all the teachers are just really supportive, and then we have a great fan base. Like even on away games, people are always traveling. It's just such a positive atmosphere.
Yeah, it's always fun to go to games over there. Everybody's always there. I mean, you always see everybody, whoever's playing. But I mentioned it earlier, but you are signed now with Newberry College.
I'm not
What's
Brooks.
that?
I'm North Greenville.
You're
Brooks.
North Greenville. I had it right, and then I looked it up and saw it something else. I got it mixed up. But you're headed to North Greenville. I always get those two mixed up in my head too. They're both and they're both red and black, and they're both up that direction. I'm getting old. But North Greenville is where you're headed. Tell us about the process. I mean, the recruiting process is it's a lot, but I think it helps kids who are trying to navigate it to kind of hear people talk about it and demystify it a little bit. So, tell us about your process and what it was about North Greenville that made that the one for you.
So I had like a few ups and downs in my process. We always like my Bad Cats team, travel team.
Yeah.
We do a bunch of showcases, and most of them are up in Spartanburg area.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the college coaches will come and like watch us, so like they'll be on the fields. So like we're always being watched and seen and all that. And I mean, emailing is a really big part. I had to email a bunch of coaches to make sure that they know that I'm interested in them. So
Mm-hmm.
they're not someone who doesn't even have interest.
Right.
And I went on a few visits, and nothing really just like stood out to me. And then I got to North Greenville, and one of my teammates actually plays there now, and this is her freshman year. But also the coaches are just amazing. They have great attitudes. They've made me feel really welcome, and yeah, I love it. I'm very excited to go.
It's really cool, to have someone there who can mentor you and talk to you about the experience over there. That's very valuable for someone that's going up to that next level. But yeah, I'm really excited for you to make that transition. But you've been part of softball and Lowco now for a while. Do you think the talent's starting to improve throughout the area, not just in Beaufort, but throughout the Lowcountry? Hilton Head, Bluffton, and beyond, and especially Colleton. So I mean, do you think that this game is really starting to improve in terms of the talent level rising, with the rising tide lifting all boats, as we say? But just, do you think that the talent's starting to improve?
I mean, I'd say the Beaufort area is starting to, because I mean, it's hard to have like softball be like a main sport in like these smaller towns, because if you want to play on a travel team, you would either have to go to like Savannah, or it's a pretty like long drive, and like it takes dedication and
Mm-hmm.
time to get there. And that's the great thing about Bad Cats is now we're center, like we practice at Battery Creek because our coach is actually Coach Bob Lehman.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And all the younger girls that I mentioned that are on Beaufort High, and even some that are on Bluffton and maybe Battery Creek, are going to start joining a younger Bad Cats version.
Awesome.
So, yeah, hopefully.
Well, I have been looking to get the right people together to help me start a 10U Bad Cats to catch some kids who have fallen, kind of slipped through the cracks and make sure we get them caught up before it's too late. Because as like you, I've known Bob Lehman for a long time. I've seen his track record. I mean, if you tell that man I want to play college softball, and you do what he tells you to do, you're going to have an opportunity. You might not end up taking it because it might not be the right fit for you academically or whatever, but that man will get you an opportunity to go play college softball somewhere. And you saw it. Every one of your teammates had a chance, right?
Yep. Oh, well, at least all the seniors. And
Yeah.
one of the other ones are still looking, but
right.
They definitely have opportunities.
It's unbelievable. I guess just, reflect a little bit on that, because it does take a lot of people in your corner to make it happen. A lot of people, kind of pushing you in the right direction and making phone calls for you and stuff. So, just talk a little bit about Bad Cats and Bob and the advantages that gave you in getting out there and getting the opportunity.
I love playing for Coach Bob. That team is like a second family to me. Like, I know they will always be there, or if like I needed something, I could call them up. And like after tournament days, like if it's an earlier day, we all go out to eat somewhere, or like just all hang out together as a family, basically, as a team.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
yeah, all my teammates' parents, basically my parents. I love it. And then Coach Bob, he has like connections for a bunch of different schools, especially since his daughter played in college.
Yeah, both his daughters.
Yeah.
Kaylee was a catcher at USC Aiken, and Ashley was the Sun Conference Pitcher of the Year at USCB.
Yeah, I actually played with Coach Ashley maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah?
She was one of my coaches.
She could sling it, man. She was fun to watch, especially in college. She was pretty locked in for a couple of years there. That was good stuff.
Yeah, but Kylie, before we let you go, I mean, I want to hear more about this Buford team and what's it going to take from you guys to continue on the journey that you've been on with a really hot start, strong start in the region, and what's it going to take to run the table potentially in this region and go deep into May in the postseason.
I mean, we just got to play how I know we can. Like in practice, everyone's hitting like great, and I can just like see that each person is getting better and better and stronger and just more comfortable in general on the field. Yeah. And as long as we just play like knowing how we can play and not scared or nervous or just constantly thinking, oh, I'm going to do bad, then we should be fine. Because I know every one of them who are on varsity for a reason, and they just need to believe in themselves, and we can get anywhere we want to.
Confidence is everything.
Gotta be special to be that leader. I mean, as much as you want to, push, you want to see these younger players succeed. They want to do this for you, because you have been such a integral part in how well this program is done. And so, I mean, just talk about the feeling about these supporting players and these underclassmen doing it for you to want to see you succeed and the team succeed in your last year.
Yeah, most of them see me as like a older sister, and I mean, I've also been told some of them are scared of me. I've been like trying to concentrate, just like bringing them in together, and like there's nothing to be scared of. It's just confidence, I guess. But yeah,
you're just intense. You're just in the moment. You're in the zone. And no, that's funny that they're scared of you. That's why you were talking earlier about I just I just try to be positive. Yeah, you've been freaking them out. You've been freaking out the kiddies. But no, that's the beauty of a young team and an inexperienced team like that is once they start to gain a little confidence and have a little success, man, they can grow fast and really take off. So I'm excited the way you talk about this group. I'm excited to see how far you guys can take it because it sounds like you got a pretty special thing going. So and in softball, if you got a pitcher, you always got a chance, and you guys got a good one. So always great to talk to you, Kylie, and I'm sure we'll be catching up real soon.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Take care. Kylie Rass, Buford High School softball. Always delightful to talk with her. Let's shout out some sponsors, and then we'll get a couple more friends in here. We've got friends waiting in the green room, but we had to talk it out with Kylie Rast. MVP sponsors of Lowco Sports make this all possible, and it starts with my wife, Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of Lowco Sports. She's with the Anchor Home Group of Keller Williams of the Lowcountry, and she would love to help you find your place in the Lowco and put down an anchor in the best place. Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of Lowco Sports, and my wife. Homegrown Home Inspections is the official home inspector of Lowco Sports. Jan Lucas and his team are the best in the business when it comes to making sure you're making a great real estate investment. They're going to check that home over from top to bottom. Or if you're building a new home, you want to have that phased inspection so they can check on it every step of the way. Homegrown Home Inspections, the official home inspectors of Lowco Sports. Mickelson Law Firm is the official real estate closing attorney of Lowco Sports and our original sponsor since 2017. Ryan and Tiffany and the Mickelson squad have been taking care of us and supporting our grassroots local sports coverage. So call on them for all your legal needs at Mickelson Law Firm. And Hospice Care of the Lowcountry, the official hospice care of Lowco Sports and the only not-for-profit hospice provider in Southern Beaufort County, and the 2024 Golden Oyster Award winner for the best nonprofit. So congratulations to the folks at Hospice Care of the Lowcountry, where it's not about dying, it's about living. Those are our MVP sponsors. And now we bring our co-host, Max Arraj, into the studio. Welcome, buddy, as well as Connor Worrell. Connor, you were out at the match of the night, I would have to say, based on looking at the scores. Bluffton boys taking the penalty kick win over James Island. It was scoreless at halftime, 1-1 at the end of full time, 1-1 at the end of overtime. So tell us about this match. It's a huge win for Bluffton.
Yes, absolutely. You could tell it meant a lot to the boys after the game. There's a big collision in the game, couple injuries, and right after the Bluffton guy getting the worst of it. But right after that, they came out on a corner kick and scored immediately after that goal, which is a great response from them. Unfortunately, there was a red card. We aren't too sure for what. I talked with coach after the game, but he wasn't too sure either. It was something about talking to the ref. But it was a red card on Josue Sanchez.
Magic words were used.
Yeah, so Josue, one of their captains, was a red card.
Oh, no.
But they were winning 1-0 during that, and they fought until all the way, basically, I'm not sure what, it was 90 plus something, but nice it was goal. Very, very late goal for James Island. And they fought very hard, and that number 4 right there, Mr. Federico.
Federico Guerra.
He was a real rock back there and held it on for as long as they could and made it all the way to penalties. You could tell that they were on their last limb when it was coming down in those overtime minutes. It took it straight to penalties, which was super, super fun to watch. Yeah, it was a great atmosphere.
What a finish. Yeah, and it goes all the way to penalties, and James Island just finding it at the last minute of the death, as they say in soccer, to force the extra time. And what do you think of the overtime? I mean, how did it kind of play out? Were there any important chances at either of the ends?
I think throughout overtime, it was really James Island's game to win. Obviously, Bluffton being down to 10 men, tired, very tired legs. You could hear it from the James Island fans across the way saying, they're tired, go after him. And I mean, Bluffton just defended with everything they had. Big performance from the goalkeeper, Hunter, tonight. I think that's his name, Hunter. He had a great display tonight, great on the penalties as well. You guys will see that. It's coming up in just a second.
Yeah. That's a real impressive win too, because James Island is a really good program. So I mean, to see them hold with 10 men, see them hold and be able to win in penalties, that's as impressive of a win as you can get, especially
And
against
how about
James Island.
Connor, the brick wall and penalties? I mean, just one penalty kick goal. It was a 4-1 decision for Bluffton, but
right.
Connor.
Yeah, and you could tell after the game it meant so much to the Bluffton players. They were all saying, "Who's the favorites now?" and all that. They were very excited after the game. The fans were really into it as well.
Yeah, because James Island going into preseason, going into the start of the season, they probably were one of the favorites in that region. I mean, 100%, because we've seen how good they can be at times, and this season they were poised to be really good. So I mean, to see Bluffton get this win, that's outstanding.
It's a momentum building win for sure, and potentially a season defining one as they work the camera and celebrate.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fan support and those players enjoying the moment. But what could this win do for a Bluffton team? Josh Fox, we saw potential and signs early on. What could this victory do in terms of their long-term performance in this season after gutted out big time in a penalty kick win?
Yeah, I talked with Coach Fox after the game, and he was very excited about the win. I asked him if he had any key players throughout the game, but he's like, it was just an absolute team performance tonight. You guys will see it in the interview if we play it later.
We've got Coach Fox queued up. Matter of fact.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the victory. Was there a person that stood out to you, or was it just a full team performance tonight?
This was a team performance. We had a lot of individuals who really stepped up. Our goalkeeper saved the day there in PKs, but it's
Hunter Morris.
Cheating ourselves. We said this was anything but team.
Absolutely. You guys really rebounded off of that injury on number 7. What was the game plan going forward, especially after that red card? What were the formation switching or anything like that?
It was an unfortunate incident. You never want to see the ref put his stamp on a game like that. I'm not even really sure what happened, but I was really impressed with the way our boys responded. It's tough going out playing a man down against a team of that caliber, but these guys decided it was going to be their night, and they made it that way.
Absolutely. What does this win mean going future?
Going forwards, I would like to say that this puts us in a good position in the region, but at the end of the day, we're just going to stay humble, stay hungry, and keep working. On to the next one. Colleton on Friday.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And Colleton, no pushover. I
was going to say, it has trapped
May River on the ropes tonight.
Trap game potential. Ready.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge win, especially in this region, because I mean that's just James Island is one of a lot of good teams that are in this region. I mean, don't forget, you got May River, you also got Hilton Head as well. They're playing good this season, so you got some good players, good teams within this region as well. So I mean, that win means a lot. Any win you can get is going to be huge for you.
Yeah, I think you're right about trap game potential, Wes. You got May River up after that. You got to go to Colleton. And Colleton tonight scored 5 minutes in and was up 1-0 at half on May River. I mean, they get one on you and park the bus. Like it could get dicey. But May River was able to Fifi Felus, great name, with an equalizer in the 54th minute, and Humberto Rodriguez with the game winner in the 72nd for Misa's Sharks. So
nice.
Yeah, good battle there.
I'm not sure if the standings are correct because I'm looking.
Probably not.
James Island. They're no longer unbeaten.
They probably won't change until tomorrow.
Yeah, but Bluffton. That's a huge win for Bluffton. Puts them right near the top of the region table, the top of the table, as you would say, in soccer. But definitely Colleton. That's not going to be an easy one. And then May River coming up next week, the first leg of the Bluffton Derby, the Derby as they call it.
Yeah, indeed.
That's going to be fun to watch. That's really going to be fun to watch. Connor, what are your thoughts? Because that obviously that May River Bluffton game's coming up. The first round, I guess, at least.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on who's the stronger team going into that?
From what I've seen from Bluffton so far, I mean, they have really I wouldn't say they dominated James Island, but you can see how they want to play, build it up from the back, get everybody involved. You could really see it against Hilton Head. They all know what their job is in that. So I would edge Bluffton so far.
Yeah, I would think so too.
I gotta agree with you, although the difference is still pretty thin because Misael Garzon's teams They will scrap and they will fight
Oh,
you.
yeah.
And I expect those two games to be some epic duels out there on the field.
Oh, yeah.
I do favor May River slightly, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a split. But then know how much Bluffton wants to paint the town green this year.
Yeah. I mean, that's a classic chess match.
Yep.
Misa and Fox, they know each other so well. They know how each other are going to play. They all know each other's kids so well. Like, it's just a great battle. It's going to be a good one. That'll be fun. Definitely gotta try to check that one out. But
Connor, I was over at the Nest. I was over at the Nest. Tough one for Hilton High's girls. They lose 5-1 to a very, very good Lucy Beckham team, and I gotta think they're the might be the favorite. They just really have some terrific offensive centerpieces on that team, and that back line. I mean, just relentless. Hilton Head wasn't really able to do much, and even when they got some opportunities close to the net, the defense was able to save the day and make some quality tackles. So not much going there for Hilton Head's girls, who just came off that 2-0 win against Bluffton. So we'll see if they're able to bounce back. That's a really good Beckham team. I'm excited to see the rematches, because those are going to be big, because I mean only 4 of those teams make the playoffs, and I think it's going to end up being that round robin, that 3-team round robin between Hilton Head, May River, and Bluffton that will decide those last few spots. So those games are going to be really massive, especially the second time going through. So I'm gonna be pumped for them, but just you've kind of immersed yourself these last few weeks into the local soccer scene. Just your initial impressions about some of our teams and the quality of soccer at the high school level here.
Yeah, I think it's been really fun. Obviously, my first game that I went to was the Hilton Head Christian versus Hilton Head Island game, and that was a great experience. You can really tell, like, the atmosphere at all games are amazing. Parents sometimes too involved into the games, but obviously you can tell they have a ton of spirit going to those games, ready to support their kids. Yeah. And I was very excited after this game because it was 1-1. I went over to Coach Fox. I was like, so what happens now? Is it a draw? He's like, actually, it's overtime and then penalties. And I was like, oh, I'm used to draws and stuff like that. So I was like, it's not over. Let's go. So I'm excited to keep watching.
Free soccer.
Yeah, I don't know why we need to go to penalties for just region games. I don't know why we can't.
I would prefer ties, to be honest.
I would too. It's a more true representation of what happened. I would prefer it as well. I really don't like penalties unless you're in a bracketed situation where only one team can advance. But it is what it is. The rules are the rules, right?
Yeah.
But it's exciting. I mean, you can't deny.
It makes it more exciting.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than just going, all right, we tied, let's go home. But it's not definitely a real representation of what really happened in the game. So, but hey, another great report, man. We appreciate you. You got another game on the radar you're planning to check out?
I haven't checked it out yet. I'm behind on some homework, so I'm gonna get that done, but I will check it out and see if I can get to another one this week or maybe the start of next week.
Yeah, we got a couple decent ones on Friday night if you free up, but if not, there's always next week, buddy. Well, great report, great highlights, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me again.
All right, take care. Connor Worrell, Loco Sports Soccer
I wonder if they're gonna adopt the old MLS shootout, where it was like a hockey shootout where you start at midfield and you go 1-on-1 instead of the kick from the spot. I remember that from the.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
I would love that.
You get one defender who gets to try to take it off.
Or like the Savannah Bananas, you have the showdown. Kind of like that.
Oh, I do love that. Yeah, I do love the showdown.
Yep.
That's fun. We doing that with kids was so much fun, playing banana ball with kids. But great work from Connor. He's bringing it to a new level with the soccer coverage, boys. He's legit. But and he brings his his crew to the comments. Andrew Wachter coming through saying Connor's the GOAT. Must agree. Amazing commentary. He's so knowledgeable. I agree. Someone named Witt says, yes, Connor. So we appreciate him. He brings the audience and the soccer knowledge. Varsity sponsors of Lowco Sports bring the support to allow us to do these fun things. DDS Web Design builds, hosts, and maintains websites for businesses and nonprofits to get results. So call on DDS Web Design if you need to get found online and think more and think bigger and do more. DDS Web Design, DDSHHI.com. Parker Law Group serves legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties, and they can help you with all kinds of stuff. They're helping us continue to expand our coverage of teams and athletes in those counties so that we can shine a light on more of the Lowco. Reverence Wrestling Club is the official wrestling sponsor of Lowco Sports and the presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind. If you want to take your skills on the mat to the next level, you got to get to Reverence Wrestling Club. And Dr. Ambrose Cole, the official chiropractor of Lowco Sports. You can find him over at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton. And if you go see Dr. Ambrose, you'll come out feeling better, mind, body, and spirit. Go see Dr. Ambrose Cole at Rooted Living Wellness. Those are the varsity sponsors. Gentlemen, let's look at some scores.
Baseball.
Yeah, let's talk some baseball.
Yes,
we don't have to talk much about USCB tonight because another rough one for them, 19-7 against Pembroke. But some good games. Beaufort kept rolling after Huddy got them back on track the other night. They beat Battery Creek 16-1 in 4 innings. Battery Creek is struggling. They got beat by Holy Trinity yesterday, so tough time for them. Dylan Rast, familiar last name, 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. Will Heron had a couple knocks, including a triple and an RBI. Jaden Andrews was 2 for 2 with a double, a triple, and 3 RBIs. And Tanner Altman 2 for 2 with a triple and an RBI. So some guys stepping up there. And the defense was still a little shaky. They made 3 errors. So still trying to tighten some stuff up there, but definitely got away with it tonight. Patrick Henry 10-0 over First Preparatory. Forest Ferry 5-inning complete game shutout. 2 hits, no walks, 7 Ks. He also went 2 for 3 with a double and 2 ribbies. And then Colleton Prep hanging on to beat Orangeburg Prep 5-4. Dustin Hadwin getting the win in relief. Bryce Kennard with the walk-off RBI triple. Jeb Boodle, that's a good name, 2 for 2 with an RBI. And Wyland Sheffield 1 for 2 with a double and 2 ribbies. And then all the rest was pretty bad. Jefferson Davis beat Bridges Prep 11-4. Bamberg 15-0 over Whale Branch. Northwood 15-2 over JP2. So yeah, that's baseball tonight. What do you think about that, boys?
Yeah, Colleton Prep, nice walk-off win. That was a battle against Orangeburg Prep, and Kennard hit one right down the line. I think it was down the right field line where he's able to zoom over the third and score the winning run. So nice clutch knock there, 0 for 2, and you get the one that matters with the RBI game winner. Beaufort in full control of Battery Creek, which is what you'd expect. And Jaden Andrews, we talked about him a lot during football season, and now he's performing on the baseball field, double and a triple, so 2 extra base hits. So he was swinging the bat well tonight, as well as Tanner Altman with a 3-bagger. So a couple of extra base knocks, and obviously love to see defense improve, but it was an opponent that they definitely should have handled, and they did, and that's the one thing they'll definitely work on as the games get tougher. But you can play good defense. That's really the key when you get deep into the season. You just can't afford to make those mistakes and give the other team opportunities to capitalize on.
Extra outs.
Yep.
Outs are too hard to get. You can't give them extra ones. It doesn't work, man. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
They're so hard to get. On the softball diamond, we told you about Kylie Rast with her terrific performance and terrific interview tonight. 14 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. In a 5-1 win over Battery Creek. Edisto beat Hampton County 14-4. Bamberg beat Whale Branch 16-3. JP2 whooped up on Patrick Henry 18-4. Tevi Mullen, it looks like they only went 4 innings. She gave up 4 hits, no earned runs, 3 Ks. Rachel Brenneman 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Lauren Majorkowitz 3 for 3 with a triple and 2 RBIs. Casey Graves 3 for 4 with a double, a triple, and 2 RBIs. And Kaylin Gacy 3 for 4 with a double and 4 RBIs. So bounce back for JP2 after whooping up on May River. So that's kind of that's the diaspora of Lowco softball. You got like May Rivers up here, JP2's down here, and then there's a bunch of people down way below JP2. It's kind of that way. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like girls basketball was, where you got some teams that are like really pretty good, and then teams that like beat everybody else but aren't anywhere near those other teams. Like it's just there's layers to this tiramisu.
We've seen that in other sports too. They have the cream of the crop, and then you have the rest, and sometimes
and then you have the creamy filling. But that's the baseball and the softball. Couple other soccer scores. Not many.
Hey, how about over on Skeeza's side?
JP2 girls.
Yeah,
man. Girls 6-0 over BA.
Wow.
That's a quality
and not just a shutout, but they did not allow one shot on goal. No shots on goal.
If Max Preps is telling the truth, that's the case. I mean, they have their stats up there, and they don't have any saves in there for Trinity Grace. They just have the shutouts, so I presume it's true.
That's
but here's the other crazy thing: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different goal scorers for JP2. One of them is a senior, Brady Mahoney. You know her, a goal and an assist. Everybody else is babies. I mean, babies. They're going to be good for a little while. Well, I think one is a sophomore, one is an 8th grader.
What?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, they're crazy young. So Evelyn Melnick had a goal and assist. She's a sophomore. Grace Buckland had a goal and assist. She's an 8th grader. Ayla Reynolds had a goal and assist. She's a freshman. Caroline Ware had a goal. She's a freshman. Hollis Melnick had a goal. She's a freshman.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And they beat a talented, and they just beat a talented BA girls soccer team 6-0.
Yeah, they're going to be good for a
solid squad. Wow,
yeah.
They're going to be dangerous.
Hey, they were good last year. They almost.
We're going to have to get my girl Haley Pena on here.
They were like right in the semifinals, I believe. They sold in the prep, and the Dolphins beat them, but it was tight. I mean, they had to prep had to work for that one. So watch out for this JP2 team, and then don't forget about the goalie because the goalie didn't have to do any work tonight. But Trinity Grace Maxwell,
she's legit.
She is a legit, outstanding goalkeeper, and you gotta have one of those.
6-0.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's
I thought that was going to be a Donnybrook, and it was not.
Yeah. So. Wow. Okay. Cool.
I know.
Dude,
got my attention
for a while now, aren't they?
Got my attention. Still looking for that Bluffton James Island girls score. Still haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it come through yet. See if I can.
That one intrigues me. Patrick Henry boys beat St. John's Christian 7-1. HHCA boys beat Ridgeland Hardyville 8-0. I'm not sure what's going on with Ridgeland Hardyville. They didn't have a coach, and then they were forfeiting, and now they're playing, but that's not a good result. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but doesn't seem great. And then I haven't found any tennis scores, but I do have some golf. Oyster Reef, you know that course, right, Wes? That's one of your
I played there before.
grounds. May River takes it today with a 167. Bluffton a 179, Buford a 182, Hilton Head 193. Then the Hilton Head B team coming in with a 196, so they got some depth. Simon McAllister from Buford shot 38 for medalist honors, one shot ahead of Connor Olette with a 39 for May River to lead the way. The rest of the Sharks, Landry Williams with a 41, Trevor Horn a 46, and Reeves Nimmer with a 49. I'm not sure what relation that is, but we've got.
I don't know their relation
either.
either.
Last name over there, Reeves Nimmer.
That's a very familiar name. I haven't heard that name in a while. I hope there's a relation there.
Yeah, I would presume there is. And while we're on the subject of golf, let me actually share my screen real quick because this is worth sharing my screen for.
Ooh.
Well, breaking news. Carlo filled me in on this. About a Lowco boy. It's about a Lowco boy at Alabama, but not Nick Pringle. It's about Jonathan Grizz, the individual champ today at the Linger Longer Invitational.
Heck yeah.
62 in the first round, and a 67, 74 to hang on for dear life.
Holy cow.
He still won by 3 shots over his teammate.
62. Good.
Holy, that's insane.
Wow.
God. Son, look at this
10 under. I want to see that scorecard.
I'm trying to get the first round scorecard here. It's not giving it to me.
Man, what a round that must have been.
It won't let me do it. I don't know why it's being so weird. It keeps. Here, let's do it. Oh man, it won't let me do it. But anyway,
I remember meeting him at the Heritage Cup years ago, and there was a lot of publicity about when he went to Alabama and what he did here on the junior stage, and what a weekend, or what a performance for Mr. Grizz, because
we're talking. He shot
that's
10 under par.
Yeah,
he shot 10 under par.
10 under par.
Round.
That's
insane.
They say you can't win it on the first day, but I think you did.
Then he shot under par in the second round as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good. Those are some good three. I mean, third round obviously.
You have the individual leaderboard, because I know his teammates. Because JP Cave, I guess, was at number 2, and
they went
Alabama
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
wow.
That's impressive.
Clemson was there too. Wow. Yeah, they got some big schools too. Some good golf.
Yeah, this was not a weak field by any stretch of the imagination. Alabama, Virginia, Georgia Tech, UNCG, Clemson, Kennesaw, Augusta, Georgia State, Charlotte, Jacksonville, Mercer. I mean, that's a quality field. Obviously those Wofford struggled, but most of them were putting up pretty good scores. But 40 under par for Alabama is stupid.
That's
that was Grizz right there. That made the difference. Alongside that 1, 2, 3 finish. Yeah, that's phenomenal. So keep an eye out for Alabama.
That's crazy.
I'm not sure
in
terms of if there's like a national, like where they stand nationally after this, but regardless, that's a pretty solid victory against them, because Clemson's always a very solid team. Georgia, Virginia's always pretty good. So that puts themselves in a solid spot. Of course, it really depends on how you do when you get to the SEC championship, and that's kind of how things are determined in terms of the national tournament qualification. But they look solid, especially when you have your top 3, taking first, second, third. So Jonathan Grizz
is going to play like that.
Yeah.
If Grizz plays like that, they're going to be a problem.
I did. There is one more golf news. I did hear a rumor. I don't know if this is true. Former local golfer Trace Crow may or may not be doing the Heritage Golf Tournament this year.
I mean,
he's on the tour now.
We would even know that yet. Well, he does have a tour card.
The thing about the Heritage, obviously,
there's like a whole
sponsor
pecking order.
It's a designated event, so certainly the field is limited zone, which I'll have to,
there are some rumors. There are some rumors going around.
I would say
rumors going around that he's interested,
or they're going to be as many sponsor exemptions.
Oh yeah,
when
he's
when
a
you
hometown kid, you would hope so.
When you have a smaller field, what will that do to sponsor exemptions? Because we saw
you have to assume they don't get as many as they have in the past.
Because Bryson Nimmer did it twice on sponsor exemptions.
Yeah.
So I mean. Well, I'm excited to see if he'll.
But that was when it was a full field event, though. It's going to be like half the field that it once was. So.
Well, I mean, because you're talking.
And it's guaranteed money, so there's no way they're giving out sponsors with guaranteed money. You gotta.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking
status.
I mean, last year.
But Crow has some kind of status, so he could could play his way in if he has enough status at that time.
We'll see what happens. But I did hear. Who was it from? I can't remember who told me, because it's a good friend of his. Told me that he's very interested in trying to get into the Heritage Tournament. So if he could get in, that would be fun to watch.
You don't say.
And he knows. He knows that course too, so
I'm also interested in playing in the Heritage.
Oh, I would love to, but
please sign me up. I will take the free paycheck after shooting 300 every day. I don't care.
I would be scared to death just to see all those people sitting on the sides of the course trying to hit a golf ball.
I'd be scared for them because I've power faded one off those condos on 18 before, so I really would not stand over there if I were you. Nowhere is safe.
But I thought I'd share that with y'all. Just a little fun, little rumor. Don't know if it's true, but could be possible.
I mean, it's definitely in play. It's definitely in play, right?
But anyway,
was that Grizz's Is that his first college win? Or did he win one before? No,
I know
first.
Swanson.
Yeah,
I know Swanson won
first.
one.
That's Grizz's first career collegiate.
Yeah, I remember
Congrats,
Andrew
man.
Swanson. Did he win one at Clemson or like?
He did.
Yeah,
he won one.
yeah.
But I mean, Jonathan,
Yeah.
he's off to a real good start to his career. You know, he's still just sophomore and right, sophomore year now. These kids grow up so fast.
Yeah.
But
he's
he's on his way, man. He's got a chance to play this game for money for a long time, which would be cool. Want to enjoy watching that. Anything else you guys want to chat about before we do our?
I do want to
shout out.
I mean, I know we weren't going to really talk about it tonight. I do want to mention USCB baseball tonight. I know they had a loss tonight. I should mention
7 runs.
Battling, though.
7 runs.
Yeah, they battled.
Yep.
And it's a good thing too, because I was looking through the national rankings going into, well, I think they lost, they got out of the rankings, but last week Pembroke was ranked 11th in the country.
Yeah.
I think they lost
those
3
guys
games or something
they had
like
a
that,
310, 315 team batting average. So that's a legit strong team. And
it's funny.
you got and you know, how about John Leland going 2 for 3, picked up a couple of hits, and Sebastian Biggs, you know, in a game where they kind of emptied the bench, if you will. You got other guys. They used 6 pitchers. One of those midweek games, as you would expect. But you know, you get to see a lot of guys take some hacks against a solid team. So you know, it's certainly those midweek games serve a purpose for numbers of reasons. It's a tough one to win. And then Matt Cromer also with the double drove in too. So a lot of guys getting to see some time in a game like this. And now you take what you want from it. I mean, you don't want to take everything, but take the positives, and then you move on to Augusta this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, Pembroke, really good team. I mean, they were ranked 11th last week. Then you played before that in North Georgia, who are now a nationally ranked team as well. So that's not an easy stretch of games. So
no,
I'm hoping,
it's not.
They can.
It's a murderer's row.
I think they play Augusta on starting on what is it, Friday, I believe.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, depending weather. You never know with the weather around here.
I don't think they play on. No, they don't play on Sunday. I think they have a doubleheader on Saturday and then a game on Friday.
Okay. Oh, you're right.
Because
I
think because I think
right,
they're not playing
Saturday
any games
and then
on Sunday.
Friday.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're not doing any games on Sunday because it's Palm Sunday, so they weren't gonna play any games that day. So I am looking forward to it. I will be there. Hopefully, Wes, are you gonna be there?
I will.
All right.
We'll kind of see how the days unfold. Obviously, these schedules are so very volatile because of you just never know the weather.
Indeed, they are. Friday looks quite questionable at the moment. In fact, Buford and Battery Creek have already moved their baseball and softball games off Friday and on to Thursday. In anticipation of the weather.
I want to check something. I didn't know if there were any games that had been moved from tomorrow.
Because Friday is 82% chance of rain.
Ooh, that could be interesting with a series that if they couldn't.
Saturday is 80% chance of rain.
Oh, jeez. So, okay.
Looking no bueno.
Oh boy!
Have a Monday
can't wait
finish.
to see how that series goes for us, Wes. I can't wait to see how the Augusta series
Monday
goes.
finish.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, but Augusta, that's another quality team. 6-3 in conference play, 16-12 overall. But it's just like everyone's clustered together. I mean, really, except Claflin. The bottom feeder is Claflin. But everybody else is just. Even USC Aiken, I mean, they're 7-20, but I mean that's
baseball.
Yeah, dude, this conference is ridiculously, extremely difficult. I feel bad for USCB, but I have a feeling.
Too.
I mean,
baseball
like I said,
just kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I said it about basketball a few weeks back, and I'll say it about baseball too because I believe it 100%. You know, give them a couple seasons, man. I think if they can find the right pieces and stuff through recruiting and stuff. You're going to have a real solid USCB baseball team. And I said the same thing about softball as well. I think softball is right there. They're just not able to get over the hump right now. I think give them like another season or two, and they'll be able to be real competitive in this conference.
Yeah.
So but rough loss for USCB, but hopefully they can get back on the right track if we actually are able to play games on Friday and Saturday.
So if the weather
depending on the weather, we'll see.
I mean,
but yeah,
it changes all the time.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, sometimes they'll say 70%, 80%, and then we get clear, or at least a cloudy day without any rain. So you just never know.
We get like 5-minute shower, and then it's all clear. Like, okay, I guess it did technically rain.
Yeah.
But let's shout out the Lowco Booster Club and get on with this thing. Lowco Booster Club supporting our grassroots local sports coverage. Court Lifestyle Pros, they're Lowcountry natives, Daniel and Debbie Court. They're with Charter One Realty, and they would love to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Revive Rehab, women's health and pelvic floor physical therapy. Dr. Ali and Dr. Jen are your go-to for your postpartum needs. Eagle Creations has promotional items and custom apparel, as well as custom gift baskets. You can check out their showroom over on Argent Boulevard and see what they can do for you at Eagle Creations. Jay's Barbershop is the place to be in downtown Ridgeland, whether you are getting a haircut or not. You can come out looking stylish or just coming away with some great conversation from Jay's Barbershop. And Barefoot Floor Care of the Lowcountry. Chris Odom will get your floors so clean your feet will thank you, as long as they're not dirt floors. That's the one you can't do, dirt floors. Can't get them clean, no matter how much you clean them. But that's the Lowco Booster Club. He made that joke one day, and B and I about snort laughed. It was so funny. But that's the Lowco Booster Club. Who you boys want to shout out tonight? Who you got, Wes?
I gotta go with first of all our guest Kylie Rast, with another sensational performance in the circle. 14 strikeouts, no runs, 2 hits, dominance against Battery Creek in a 5-1 win. So easy choice there. Just a great interview. Great to talk with her and recap what she's done and what she will do in the future year and then at next level North Greenville. So really excited for that. And I'm going to go a little off the radar, but not really. It was someone we talked about during the show, and that's the Bluffton goalkeeper, Connor.
It's not Connor. Connor's our reporter.
Connor Worrell.
It was Hunter,
the goalkeeper for Bluffton.
Hunter
Morris. Yeah, with the yeoman's effort in the penalty shootout. When they only get one PK, you've done something. So Hunter Morris with the tremendous effort in the shootout. Played well in regulation and then really picked it up. I mean, he was important in the overtime as well because they were down to 10 men and he was able to make a couple big saves. So he helped they can get it to a shootout. And then he won in the shootout. So got to give him some credit as well.
No doubt. And then just a phenomenal celly at the end of this game as well.
Yep.
Oh, crossbar.
Oh, hey.
That stings. Here we go.
Yep.
Great work.
Look at that celebration. He was hyped.
Connor with the hero shot. Carlo's going to be so proud. Love it.
Yep.
Let's see that one twice. So good we had to see it twice. Max, who you shouting out, buddy?
First one would be, I think, JP2 girls soccer getting that real impressive win against Buford Academy tonight. Like we said, a real young team, but real talented. I mean, 6 different players scored tonight for JP2. So real impressive win for them. And then I'm going to go with the other Rast. I'm going to go Dylan Rast tonight. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks for him. So real solid night. And, again, Buford High School, they needed these wins. After a rough week last week, they're back on the right track, and I think they can finish out the season real strong. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Dylan Rast and GB2 girls.
Yeah, good calls. Rast family getting all the love tonight.
Yeah, I know, man.
I'm gonna keep it with that Buford baseball team, but I'm gonna go with Jaden Andrews because even when they weren't really hitting for a few games there, he kept hitting, and he ended up having a pretty good week last week despite the team's overall struggles. I got his stats here from the week somewhere. Where is it? Man, I got so many notifications because our friends at Salkahatchee showed love on Twitter. But Andrews had 4 games. He hit 444, single, 2 doubles, a triple. And then, had a good night tonight as well, 2 for 2 with a double, triple, 3 RBIs. So, I think he's getting locked in, and as he goes, the offense will kind of go. He's that table setter guy. They got some bats in the middle. Hudson Mullen obviously can do some damage, and Mullen was terrific Friday night on the mound, and that's exactly what they needed to just kind of stop the bleeding and reset. And then a good night tonight, and they're set up well for Thursday for Game 2 against Battery Creek, and still all in front of them. Really, I mean, they managed to split with Phillip Simmons, so if they can sweep Hanahan and Hanahan can steal one off Phillip Simmons, they're right there. So anybody's to take. I think that team's still pretty dangerous when they get the pieces in the right place. And then I'll also shout out Fifi Falus, because that's the best name ever. Fifi Falus with the goal for May River. I just had to say it again. And Humberto Rodriguez, the win for the. I just wanted to say Fifi again. I was scrolling through the results, and I had to say Fifi one more time. But no, great show tonight, fellas. Really enjoyed it. Great to talk with Kylie Rast. We appreciate her making time for us. Great job by Connor Worrell, who is on the ball. Yeah, good call. Where are you guys going tomorrow? Sorry, I'm going to middle school baseball tomorrow.
Nice. Who exactly?
McCracken against Wellborn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. I will be going.
I will be at the rematch between River Sharks and Hilton Head Seahawks.
Ooh, doggy.
Ooh, that's a good one. I will be at Prep, Hilton Head Prep, for Game 2 between Hilton Head Prep and Hilton Head Christian. I missed the Monday night game. Probably a good thing since I didn't want to see how that game ended up. But anyway, looking forward to the game tomorrow, and then I think I might be hitting up some lacrosse on Thursday. I'm not sure yet, but I might be going out to see. Let me see. Who was it on Thursday? I'm trying to look here. I believe
James Island at Hilton Head Girls. I bet.
Yeah, that's that or Lucy Beckham.
Or Lucy Beckham at Bluffton Boys. That might be a bloodbath, though. Lucy Beckham's pretty good.
We'll see.
Bluffton's improving, but Lucy Beckham's pretty good.
Yeah,
that might be lopsided.
I'm looking at.
I like that Hilton Head James Island girls game though. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
By the way, you waking up at 6 a.m. opening day in the Go Check Sky Dome in Seoul, South Korea. The Los Angeles Dodgers.
I know where
San Diego
I know where you're going with. I know you're going
tomorrow.
With that. It's tomorrow.
Opening day, Major League Baseball begins tomorrow. LA against San Diego.
They're playing a countable game on March 19th, March 20th.
March 20th.
Hold on, let me look this up.
That's stupid. Opening day doesn't happen in other countries. Opening day happens at every home ballpark.
What? Oh, they are playing tomorrow. Well, that's just stupid.
I don't like it. It's way too early for that.
It's too early for that. Or we gotta wait till my birthday for regular season.
Still spring training.
They're in the middle of spring training too. They still got like 3 weeks left.
No, I'm not getting up at 6 to watch it, but I'll probably flip on for the last 2 innings when I get up.
Hey Wes, man, you do you, man. If you want to wake up that early to watch some baseball, I'm okay.
I might catch up. Maybe not 6, but I'm going to catch a couple innings before work. Before I leave, but
I can't believe I've become a curmudgeon. But no, I'm mad about regular season Major League Baseball being played on March 20th. That's too early.
Yeah, why couldn't they wait till when regular season begins? It's just I don't get it.
Does that mean I gotta have my fantasy lineup set?
I need to get mine set up. If that's the case, I gotta set mine up now. I don't like that.
These stats have got to count, right? But they'll count toward like some future. It's gonna be so stupid. I gotta keep track of what happens now for my fantasy matchup in 2 weeks. Oh, that's so
Thanks
annoying.
for sharing that one with us, Wes. I appreciate it, man.
So mad. I'm so mad there's Major League Baseball tomorrow. This makes no sense.
I don't get it. It's too early, man.
We've gone off the rails. But after I go to middle school baseball, I'll probably try to pop over somewhere. I'll look at Game Changer and see what's happening. James Island Bluffton baseball is interesting. Nico probably on the mound. That could be interesting. Bobcats gave him hell last time. And Hilton and May River softball. May River should take care of business there.
Yeah, I mean, Calden Prep's at
Yeah.
Calhoun Academy tomorrow. That's a drive from where they are. That's like about a 2.5 hour drive.
Calhoun's a drive from about everywhere. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
And they're a good team too.
Fun stuff happening tomorrow night. Look forward to talking
Yes,
to you
sir.
boys about the games you're at, and we'll see who we can round up to come talk local sports with us. Thanks again to Kylie Rass. Thanks to Connor Worrell, who continues to kill the game with his soccer reports. And thanks to all of our sponsors, as well as all of you who showed up to listen or watch. We continue to hit big numbers on the live shows, and we appreciate you. Tell all your friends. Get caught up every night. It's the Lowco Sports Center right here, the Lowco Sports Lowdown. It's been fun, fellas, but I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
For Max Arraj and Wes Kerr, I'm Justin Jarrett. Till next time, go Lowco.
The Lowco Sports Lowdown podcast is a production of Lowco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Lowco.